Alright, this is Chauncey Gunner back here again today. Have a new Ruger on the bench. Go ahead and open the new case here. You can see it's a revolver. This is a GP100 offered by Ruger. I just want to say at the time of this video, Ruger's kind of picked up the game on their cases. It's a little thin plastic, but you got some cool features here. You got a little molded tray, a little storage spot underneath. Just a decent case, so not bad for a range or being able to shove a holster under there for storage and whatnot. But with that out of the way, let's get into this specific gun. The GP100 is a complete line of revolvers. It's a decent size, but still concealable in a way. You could conceal carry, particular models and variants. It's a fairly popular revolver offered by Ruger. So this particular model is the 4.2 inch stainless steel variant. The 4.2 inch barrel, biggest thing I can say is used to be offered in a 4 inch, but in Canada there's some restrictions that make the barrel have to be 4.2 inches long to be able to own, or for handgun ownership in Canada. So I think Ruger made the move to be able to make a pretty universal stateside Canadian gun. They can sell it in both markets. So that's just something to note, why it's a .2. They were just, trying to appease some issues and be able to sell it. It's a good size though. As you can see, it's all made out of stainless steel. You can also get this in a blued finish with a cheaper MSRP leading into the MSRP. This, on Ruger's website at the time of this video, the suggested retail price is $829. It's not what I picked this up for, especially in this market. Right now it's pretty hot politically, so it's kind of hard to find, at least a supply of guns and everything, but for even a decent value. This particular model I picked up for $694.95 from a local dealer. I was fairly happy for what is going on right now in the world, so I'm not going to complain. That being said, the blued version of this exact same gun is offered with an MSRP of $769, so a little cheaper compared to that $829, but it's more of a personal preference on what you'd like, if you want a blued or if you want a stainless steel. The capacity is 6 rounds of 38 Special 357 Magnum. Pretty well machined. I don't see any real issues. The ejector works real smooth. Really smooth. Good lockup. Not bad at all. Overall length is 9.5 inches and the weight is 40 ounces. So that's just a couple of the quick basic information about this. I'm going to go into a little bit more historical information on this. The GP100 has been made for many years. They started being manufactured in 1985 and are currently still being produced. Many variants. You can get them in a 44 Special, obviously 357 38 Special model like this. You can get a 10mm auto, 327 Federal Magnum, or a 10-shot 22 long rifle. So that's a lot of different offers. You can get a lot of different barrel lengths as well, and as well as being the different finishes. So it's really a whole line of revolvers by Ruger. They just offer a lot in this particular size package. So consider that, it's a model name, but consider it basically like Ruger's K or L frame revolvers, or sorry, Smith & Wesson's K or L sized frames. And that's really kind of where this falls into generally. But, it's just one of them things where, Ruger just has kind of a different naming nomenclature. But yeah, so lots of different options. So I'm going to kind of go into some first impressions of this gun and a couple things I'd like to note. Already talked a little bit about, the finish. Finish is nice. It's a really nice brushed stainless steel. You can probably see the brush strokes there. Nice on the barrel. It's got a nice little engraving here to help, or some serrations to help with glare, which is a nice feature, especially on the full length of the barrel. The sights, you have an adjustable rear sight with kind of a goal post, kind of like a Glock. So you got windage adjusted as well as elevation, and you have a black ramped front sight. One thing I do want to note is the GP100 really attractive feature is by pushing in the little plunger here and lifting out the sight, you can switch this out very easily. I have plans already to switch this out of the fiber optic just to get a little bit more visibility. But that's just one thing there. The grips are really great and comfortable. Has a push button style cylinder release. Good tight lockup. It is a double action, single action, as you can see. So double action. Couldn't even tell you I don't have a trigger pull gauge, but pretty heavy, but not overly, gritty or anything like that. I think it wouldn't hurt to give it a good cleaning. Single action is very, as you can see, it holds the trigger back, very crisp, fairly light. What else we got here? The big thing looking it over that I noticed is, I don't know if you can see here on the machining, pretty rough here. There's a little burrs that catch. Me being, some people might find that a pretty big issue, if they're really picky on their guns, but I will probably end up just taking a piece of, fine grit sandpaper and just rub off the burrs or something like that. Not a big deal, but definitely just, a finishment issue. Other than that though, everything flows pretty good, really smooth. I do like this full underlug on the barrel. I had some good heft up front as far as balance and everything. Yeah, generally it just seems like a pretty nice, heavy, well-built tank. Kind of what made me decide to purchase this was I had a buddy who had one, and after holding it felt great. He had the 4-inch just like this, but his was blued. My brother also has one, but he has a 6-inch variant. Nice gun. I just have different guns that fill that kind of need, like my 44 mags and stuff. But I really have wanted a service-sized revolver like this for some time. Not really going to probably conceal this, but probably make a hell of a truck gun. Definitely good for critter dispatch or, home defense or any kind of situation like that. So I really don't think you'd be, poorly suited by this. It's just a great revolver, very beefy. You can see just how thick, this top strap. And that kind of leads into one thing. Ruger does a lot of castings. They do their own investment casting. So this is cast steel. You can see, if you look, if I can get it to show up. If you can notice, yeah, you can tell it's a casting here. No big deal. They make it strong, but oftentimes that's why Rugers are a little bit beefier, just because they want to make sure the castings hold up over time. Casting has definitely made, leaps and bounds over, what it used to be, as opposed to like a forged, like a Smith. I believe Tauruses are even forged as well. So just kind of a different stroke for a different company. I think Ruger does a really great job, making a final product. It looks very smooth, finish is great, and I'm really looking forward to shooting this quite a bit. I think that, that being said, this is going to be a great revolver for me. Can't wait to get out and shoot it a heck of a lot, and I will be doing some future comparisons videos as well. That's one thing I like doing, is comparing different types of revolvers, especially if somebody's looking to buy something. And especially, I'll probably do an update over time of after shooting it, and getting a lot more rounds down range with it and being able to give you a little bit more of a in-depth review. But this is kind of an unboxing, first impressions. You know, not a bad little revolver. So, all right. Well, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for some future videos and stuff featuring this gun. So, all right. Have a good one.